Hey guys, just wanted to make a quick video on a new retro-based console coming out called RETROBLOX. Don't get it confused though, it's not a competitor to the Retron 5, believe it or not. This is kind of in a niche of its own. The retro emulation machine, whatever you want to call these systems, you know, there's 100 different systems you can buy that will play your NES games. The market is very saturated. This is not just another one of those. This is kind of different. Okay, it's created a whole new niche. So I kind of read from the website what it is. RETROBLOX is a modular multi-system retro game console. The base unit includes CD/DVD optical drives as well as the motherboard, various ports and connectors, which will be detailed later. Basically, its main purpose is to play CDs. The base unit will allow you to play games like PlayStation 1, Sega CD. So the systems that they're going to allow you to play at launch, some of these are going to require an additional add-on that you have to pay for. Price unknown, but you can play NES. This is at launch. There's going to be more. NES, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Atari 2600, 7800 to be confirmed soon, PC Engine, TurboGrafx 16, PS1, Sega CD 32X, Mega CD, Japanese or European, PC Engine CD / Super ROM CD / Arcade CD-ROM / TurboGrafx CD. They have mentioned that some people have asked about N64 support. However, they say yes, it is very doable today on the RETROBLOX, but Nintendo correctly filed many patents for that system, some as recent as 2001, so it's not something that we're targeting at the moment unless Nintendo were provide us with permission, and we all know that ain't gonna happen. That's my words at the end, not theirs. So unfortunately, no N64 emulation coming out. So what this is it's actually not an emulation or an FPGA. Okay, it's neither pure emulation box nor FPGA system. When developing the original version of this console back in 2015, their team discovered a new method of emulation that provides the advantages of an emulation-based system with the broad compatibility of an FPGA-based system. The new method is called hybrid emulation. I'll let you guys check it out, retroblox.com. They'll give you more detail on the science behind that. What the hell is it? Why, you know, all the system specs. We don't care about system specs. One question that was brought up though, what made them very different about this is that you can actually, as you upload your retro games and play them, you can actually install the ROM directly onto an SD card, for example, right onto the system, so you don't need to plug the game in anymore. Now this is very new. This has never been done before. And so then the speculation was, you know, and that's legal, by the way. The only way to legally play emulated games is to actually own them. So if you own the game, you upload it to the SD card, upload it to the console. There's no legal issues. But a lot of people were saying, well, if you have this SD card slot, can't I just upload my own ROMs? And the answer is actually no. Technically, no. RETROBLOX is primarily made for people who own physical copies of games. You will not be able to simply load up an SD card full of ROMs, plug it in, and suddenly have a huge library, you know, 600 plus games like a hacked NES Mini. However, in the interest of minimizing the use of any further and further preserving classic games, RETROBLOX does allow you to back up the games you personally own on physical cartridges or discs. And what that also does is, as you upload them all, it will actually create like a library interface screen for you, just like the NES Mini. So this is basically an NES Mini that you can only upload games that you own, and it's not just for the NES. It's going to be for pretty much every system under the sun. However, there is an even bigger kicker. I saved the best for last. Question was answered February 8th. That was yesterday. I'm recording this at 4:10 a.m. on February 9th. I kid you not. Hopefully you stayed for the end of this video. Can I sell games digitally on RETROBLOX? Was a question asked to the developers of this console. And get a load of this. Yes, if you're a developer or publisher of games for retro systems that they have a spelling error, that wants to publish the titles that you legally own the rights to on RETROBLOX, we're going to offer you a simple solution to do so. However, every game submission will need to follow the same technical and legal requirements that are in place for major game consoles, and will be thoroughly vetted, tested. You know, it's basically their Steam, or if they're the owners of their Nintendo for this console, and you can get some homebrew games going. So if you have a sprite hack that puts Sonic the Hedgehog in Mario 3, don't even think about submitting it. So this is going to be for original homebrew games, just like Steam was the platform that got a million game developers, gave them the opportunity to finally get their games out for sale. It was no longer the big box kings. It was no longer a monopoly amongst the king of kings and any Joe Smo. You know, who was it? That one dude made what's that farming game? Can't believe I forgot it. Star something. New farm game that came out, super popular. Star Valley, I think it was. So this is very exciting to me because this is now the replacement for the Coleco Chameleon. This has kind of killed two birds with one stone. It's not quite as good as what the Coleco Chameleon would have been. Look it up if you don't know what happened with that. It was a bit of a disaster in the end, but the concept and the demand was there for something like it, and this is the closest thing to it that you'll ever find. I don't believe the price has been revealed. They're going to be doing a Kickstarter in April 2017, coming up very soon. They claim that it's going to come out at a price that is very affordable while advancing the way you play significantly. So they're not confirming prices yet. They're going to have 3 models, base units. The most expensive model being model number 3 comes with base unit, 1 Bluetooth controller, and all 5 element modules for a set price. And they're probably going to have bonuses where if they reach a certain number, they'll create additional element modules, which is basically more support for more consoles. So I really hope people actually find this video. Spread the word. RETROBLOX.com. I'll put a link for it below. Please support it on Kickstarter. I'm going to be doing it myself. It's going to be worth every penny. I'm telling you. This, yeah, you know, even the Ouya, some people even compare this idea to the Ouya. It's going to be even if some developer was dumb enough to create a homebrew game, it's going to fail like the Ouya. But you know what? Do the research on the Ouya. It was actually a pretty darn successful console, okay? For what it was and what it is, it's actually a good console. And there's a lot of people that really appreciate it for what it is, okay? And that thing was actually in Best Buy, in some Best Buys, believe it or not. Or, sorry, Targets, I believe it was. Anyways, guys, please like, subscribe. Let me know what you think of this console. See you later.